So I saw the trailer for a movie that looked really, really cool. It was interesting. The concept was good. I thought, from what I gathered from the trailer, that it was interesting. The movie I'm referring to is called Imaginary. It was released in 2024, and you can find it on streaming services wherever. I don't know. So I watched this movie just to be completely let down by the fact that this is the biggest piece of trash I've ever seen, and I've seen some pretty bad movies. I mean, this is worse than It's a Wonderful Knife. I remember I said It's a Wonderful Knife was garbage. At least It's a Wonderful Knife had something behind it, something like acting-wise. There were actors in there, you know? They were actually acting. Whether good or bad, they were actors. I felt like I was watching actors. In this movie, it stars DeWanda Wise as the main actress, and then she plays a mother she's a new mother. She's a stepmother, and she just bought her old house back that she grew up in as a child. She bought it, and she's moving in with her husband and his 2 daughters. I don't understand why there's even a husband in this movie. To be honest, it would have been, you could have brought something more interesting in it to the film, like more complex relationship, and have these actors kind of bond too, because they sucked. Okay, but if, like, let's say the mother did marry the father and he had 2 daughters previously, and then his ex-wife came back and murdered him, and then you have her trying to raise the 2 girls, and there's some resentment there, or whatever the case may be. The mother went crazy because of her, whatever. That would have been much better than this version. The husband's there for what reason that he leaves? I think the actor left. I think he saw this movie was garbage, and he's like, I'm out, I'm done. He's done it before. He's the same actor from The Walking Dead that played Jesus. He left. He wasn't whatever. Oh, brother. So they move into this house, and the youngest girl gets an imaginary friend all of a sudden, and that's the movie didn't know what it wanted, because that doesn't make sense either. I don't understand that, because there's a part where the imaginary friend is a teddy bear, and we see the teddy bear, but then later there's a big twist. Oh my God! Spoiler alert. There's a big twist. Oh my God! The bear is the imaginary friend. No one else could see the bear but her, the little girl, and the stepmother, because it was the stepmother's little imaginary friend when she was younger and lived in the house. And then also the boyfriend, or the neighbor who came over to try to make out with the older sister, he saw the bear. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, long story short, this bear is an imaginary friend that's trying to get kids to do terrible things, or some stuff to go to a different realm. But they made such a big deal that the bear was invisible, and I was like, yeah, it makes no sense, because we just saw the kid jump back because he got scared or something. And okay, he's invisible. This movie's ridiculous. The acting is one of the worst parts about it. The entire film is that they're just talking to each other like they don't care. They spend no time together getting to know each other, getting to like anything about each other, because this supposed to be a family. You'd think you'd want to bring them together, and they suck. And I get it. The older daughter, Taylor, I believe her name was, played by Tegan Burns. She's supposed to have an antagonistic relationship with her stepmom, but Jesus Christ, they look like they don't even belong in the same planet, let alone the same house. There's like nothing there. And that even goes with the youngest one. The little girl, the best thing I can say about her is that when she had to deliver the scenes where she's being interviewed by a psychiatrist or whatever, she killed it. The entire movie, I hated her voice, everything. Ugh. But all of a sudden, that scene where she had to deliver it, I thought she was fantastic. That's the only thing. Besides that, this movie doesn't even know what it wants to be. I thought, watching the trailer, this was a haunted doll movie, like a ghost film. And I was like, that's a great idea, an interesting idea. You could think it's the imaginary friend, but it's a ghost, and the ghost is trying to harm her and people in the house. No, every time it's like, I don't know, Blumhouse doesn't want to do a ghost film. They're like, no, we need a better kick. Oh, it could be an imaginary friend, because everybody's doing imaginary friends now. So they did this instead. And then this is trying to be also Insidious, I feel like. Oh, we're going to a different realm. You got to open a portal. These kids open a portal to a different dimension, and somehow she could see Jessica could see herself when she was a little girl. And of course, the girl's name's Alice, and she's disappeared. I bet you that's how it actually started, like another version of Alice in Wonderland, but the Wonderland's a dream world, or the imaginary friend world. Like, what's that movie with Ben Savage or Fred Savage? Which Savage was that? He was Ben Savage. I think actually both of them were in the movie. They played brothers in My Little Monster. They're both in the movie. Yeah. Anyway, this movie is garbage. Like I said, I don't know. There's a woman in here who I used to babysit you, and I've been so fascinated about CB and Chauncey the bear. I've been writing things. I've been keeping this a secret, and people thought I was crazy. Is she the old woman from The Happening? Because that's what she looks like. She looks like that old lady from The Happening that was like, "You're gonna try to kill me, aren't you? In my sleep, you're gonna try to smother me." He was like, "What? No." No, that was Mark Wahlberg. That has to be her. It looks like her. I would say she's not terrible. Everything her and then the little girl. This other actress, I don't know. At times she seems like she's doing a good job delivering her lines, the main actress, DeWanda Wise. And then the rest of it is like, what the hell happened here? This is awful. This movie's garbage. It made no sense. It doesn't know what it's trying to be. I don't know. Blumhouse has a really bad record in my opinion. Most of the movies are garbage. They have like a few good ones. And I heard, because my brother was like, you should send your scripts to Blumhouse, because I used to write movie scripts. And I haven't really been writing anymore. But he's like, you should send it to Blumhouse because they'll make it. And then and I'm like, looking at this, I'm like, why would I send anything to them? They're just gonna ruin it, or tell me I need to put this and that and make it better and different. This is garbage. This movie was this is the worst film I've seen, and I've seen some pretty bad movies. I'm not even rating this. This is a 0 out of 5. That's how bad it's way too long. I mean, if it was 90 minutes, I'd give it maybe a 1. This is over 120 minutes. This is 140 minutes. Why? Why does this have to be so long? It's unbelievable. Ugh, this was just hard. Oh yeah, she was the psychiatrist in Split. She was good in that. She was good in Split, so she was just awful in this movie. It's like nobody cared. It was just here for a paycheck. This movie's terrible. I've never been more disgusted, and I think it's probably because my time was wasted, and it was interesting to a certain point. There's a line in this movie where the psychiatrist goes, has she been taking any hobbies lately? Like ventriloquism. Ventriloquism at the age of 9 or 8? Are we in 1952? Preposterous. Because she was throwing her voice across the room, and I could have sworn that it was her doing it or somebody else. It sounded just like her. That scene was good with her. That little girl did a good job. But the ventriloquism, bro. And then the Elder Realm looks like an M.C. Escher painting, like come to life, and it was like cheap. Ugh, whatever, dude. This movie's garbage. This movie's the worst. I'm not interested in seeing anything this writer or this director ever come up with again. I'm not even sure there was a real writer for this. The director does nothing worth note except the font in the intro credits. That's it. Cool. That probably wasn't even him. Yeah, this movie's 0 out of 5. Garbage. Don't waste your time. Anyway, if you saw this movie and have a different opinion than me, please leave a comment down below. If you agree with me, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.